Owning your own piece of land, that's every Belizean's dream, and it's pretty much the same for those immigrants who want a piece of the jewel. But a group of Americans have been left with a bitter taste in their mouths and that empty feeling in their bank books after they say a developer built them of their life savings and never gave them title for the property they bought. On Saturday, we met 6 investors who paid Darin Smith of Biospharms $40,000 for a title in his subdivisional development, only to find out it was never subdivided. And because of that, they could never get title. Now they're suing him, but decided to go public because they say the situation is going from bad to worse. We met 6 of these disgruntled landowners at their attorney's office on Saturday.
Well, I think Larry was the one who was on the website, and we've been looking for a community that is involved in like living on solar and fresh water and healthy living, organic farming. So he found Biospharms on the internet. Yeah. And then we, I guess, started writing to them, and Darin Smith was the one who was emailing us and invited us to come down. So in October 2013, we came down to look at the farm here. This is our life savings and our retirement, so we were trying to get away from the US so we could have a simpler life here and have put all our money in here.
How much did you invest in this?
So we put about $40,000 US into this property, which is just half an acre, and then a very simple house.
We purchased this and have invested well over 100,000 Belize in this property where we planned on retiring. And when we arrived in Belize, we have discovered that Mr. Smith has not made this a legal subdivision, and there are no titles, and he refuses to give us a title to our property, which we've paid for in full.
Well, we would like title for the land, or we would like repayment for the money that we've invested, our life savings. So.
And we've been waiting since we basically found out that there was no subdivision, there was no such legal subdivision. We've been waiting and waiting and just been hearing from his mouth, oh, I'm working on it, but none of us ever seen any legal factual paper that he is working on that.
And we've gone to the lands department now, and they have no record of him ever requesting the subdivision, so everything appears to be completely illegal.
In respect to developments such as these in Belize, the proper and legal way to do it is for persons to have a legal subdivision which is registered and approved by the Land Utilization Department in Belmopan. And once that is done, each individual would receive actually a land certificate in respect of their title. In this case, because the developer has failed to subdivide and failed to give the persons their titles, it has created a problem.
He says that he'll never give us a title. He doesn't have to. All his lawyers have said that he's in the right and he can do whatever he wants to do.
And they say one of the things he did do was give them an invalid contract. Now, we've heard of moving the goalposts, but that's like moving them off the field. Here's how they explained it.
He gave us illegal form that all the things that we own is not legal. And so we're kind of in a dilemma because we want to move out, but we cannot even move out now. And that we don't even own the land, that we don't own anything. And so we're really very upset about that, that everything we have is illegal. So we don't know what to do now.
We recently received a defense from them wherein the same developer is now stating or informing the buyers that the very same agreement that he produced and the very same agreement that he gave to them is unenforceable and void and illegal. And we find it quite perplexed or interesting that the same person who prepared these agreements is now saying that his agreements are unenforceable and invalid.
And since all these misgivings and lawsuits have arisen, the landowners say that there's also been hostility shown towards them.
What I discovered in the process was there were several buyers prior to me on this property who all had the same problem and concerns and were threatened and basically run off by Mr. Smith, as he's attempted to do with myself. He's even disconnected my water.
He's become pretty aggressive. He's
Threatened.
As in the way that he speaks about us and the way that he deals with us. He used to act like our friend. Now he acts like we're trying to hurt him.
Well, the verbal aggression is after I started questioning why we're not getting a subdivision and titles and such. It started with, I'm going to drive you out of here like I've done other people. And another time later on, he said, for a few $100s, I can have people take you for a one-way walk in the jungle and you'll just disappear.
And so what does Darin Smith say? Well, we've been trying to reach him and his attorney, Mayor Darrell Bradley, and neither of them have responded back to our calls, text messages or emails requesting a comment. We've held off on running the story to provide for enough time to reach out to both, but as of news time tonight, well, they have not